In this video, why did the scientist frame the G-Man? Why were the Skibidists afraid of the Titans? And what trap were we talking about in the last episode? Hello, what seems to me like the legendary episode of Skibidi Toilet came out. Dafaboom warmed us up a lot before it. And even premiered the new series for the first time. This is the coolest, epic, and mysterious episode of all time, and also no less important for the plot. If you are on the side of the agents, then like and subscribe to the channel. Everything is as expected. The series carries a continuation of the 64th episode, when the agents flew after the G-Man, but this is not shown immediately, but first we see the poor cameramen, who were allegedly arrested by the Skibidi policeman. I think he spotted them watching on the roof and killed them for it, but the operator was very lucky. The policeman did not shoot. Perhaps he received a more important call and flew away. My theory came true as I said the actions. Everything is on the same map as in the 60th episode. The scientists from the army of Skibidists remained to wait for the agents here, and the man flew to provoke the Titans, because it was he who failed in his last task. And hopes to cope with this, he flew in and said that the Titans would also soon arrive for him. And so it happened, his provocation worked and 2 Titans flew to the base with a whole army of Skibidists. I think they definitely didn't expect this, but it's clear from them. Voiced by Yandex Cloud Speak. It's clear that they had no doubts at all, but it was the Skibidists who gave up. The whole point is that the scientist just wanted to get rid of the men, because he cannot cope with his duties, and objectively he is really very weak. I think that since the scientist did this, he knows what he is doing. Most likely, he has already created cooler Skibidists who know how to keep agents. He waved his hand and simply disappeared. The man's expression shows that he was not ready for this. Voiced by Yandex Cloud Speak. But nevertheless, he was not at a loss and believed in himself that he could cope with the 2 Titans. Hoping to prove to the scientist that he can do something, unfortunately, his first shot turned out to be unsuccessful, because the Titan has a shield. And the speaker man is not doing anything at all at that time, so he begins to attack, jumping. He shoots at the G-Man, and he apparently understands that he can easily lose. But still he fights to the last. Then the Titan fires a shot. From his gun, a man with a speaker flies up to his ear and turns on the speakers, but the man throws him away and attacks the man's camera. The man with the speaker has no chance, and getting back, washes the man away. Of course, that would be too easy. If he could have been destroyed just like that, it turns out that washing away the man is nothing to do with. He turns, and out of anger, shoots at the talking man so that he flies away. Of course it is very difficult to red 1 against 2. Therefore, when he turns away, a man is already advancing behind the camera and is trying to knock down the accelerator with his hammer, and even successfully knocks down the armor. But the man still doesn't give up, and then the cameraman in severe rage begins to punch him in the face with his fist, and in response receives a beam, but successfully uses his shield. The speaker man doesn't waste time and jumps from behind, turns the man's head away, and pierces him both eyes with knives, which ended up in his hands. The man throws it back, but now cannot see and shoot. And the cameraman in turn also releases his gas from the core into him. It is clear how he is trying very hard and trying to make the most of himself. It seems that the man is defeated. But then it turns out that we were all greatly deceived, and not only us, but also and the agents. In fact, a scientist did not betray the man. This one was not real, but just a dummy. It was another trap. The whole point is that the scientist wanted to greatly damage and weaken the Titans, so that in the future, it would be easier for the Skibidists to defeat them. The Titans did not even have time to realize anything, when a barrage of Skibidists with huge bombs immediately fell on them. The speaker man tried to fly away, and the camera man covered himself with a shield, but did this help them? As we see from the no less injured speaker man operator, the Titan did not have time to fly away. He lost his gun and caught fire himself. The same thing happened with the male Titan's camera. He barely got up, and as we can see, he received a lot of damage. His lens is broken, his arm is torn off. The camera is on fire, the wings have simply turned into scrap metal, and there is no gun on his arm. he shows us that everything is very bad, and this is where the series ends. As you understand, they are now in such a position that even if some ordinary astro-skibidist will fly up to them, then most likely they will not be able to do anything, and will also be destroyed, therefore the agents will lose. Personally, I think that Demand Titan will return in the next episode. Otherwise, the agents simply will not win. In principle, there is no way to win when something like this happened. You already need to think about how not to lose. In general, everything is very serious and dangerous for the agents, and I hope for the soon return of an improved and updated Demand Titan. This snippet was generated in Yandex Cloud Speedticket, voiced by Yandex Cloud Speedticket, who single-handedly will destroy everyone. I wonder if there will be any other traps from the scientists. And that's all. Subscribe to my channel, like, write comments, and I will be very grateful to you, because we are going to 1,000 subscribers. Please help me with this, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you all.